microphone's a little bit low. I don't know what is up with my microphone constantly being all wackadoodle. But anyway, we're here. We're ready to play. Hi, everybody, and welcome to another day of streaming with Suikoden 2. It's been a fun time so far. It's been interesting. I have very little idea of what to do and what's going on. For anyone unfamiliar, this is a game that comes to us from what might be considered like the golden era of JRPGs, because this was like mid-90s, and as such, it's a very complex game with a lot of hidden stuff going on with it. And one of the things that we really need is basically assistance. So that's part of what we have here. We just have some help. So we're here in like a local capital city thing, meeting with the person in charge. Uh-oh. So yeah, we're children. We actually started off the game in kind of the children brigade of the military. And basically they were like, hey, we can use these kids as sabotage. So, yeah. So Jari was left behind when we last saw him. Basically, he stayed behind to fight off a bunch of bad guys. Oh, get him, Victor. So we see these two characters, Flick and Victor. They are two of the main characters from the first game. And that's part of why we see them. I'm assuming that we're going to see more characters from the first game start to show up. Not sure how many, but we'll see. We'll just hang out here for a little bit. So, in-game, these two characters are brother and sister. She joined up because she was really good friends with, well, all of us. But basically, there's just some more stuff. One of the big things with this game, as well as the first game, is that you have a lot of recruitable characters that you can play as throughout. It's not like something like Baldur's Gate or typical RPGs where you have like a core group of 6, 8, whatever it is, people that you can choose from. But we're talking about over 100 named characters that have particular things with them. So that's kind of the shtick with these. Hopefully we'll see Jowie, but who knows? Sleepy. Sir Mike of L. Hello. So yes, this is my first time playing this game. I mean this is the remaster, the Steam version, and I did play through the first game before. I did get the what's it called? I did get all of the Stars of Destiny. Oh, she! He's here! So I got all the Stars of Destiny from the first game, but now I'm kind of cheating. I got, like, walkthrough bullet points for stuff, because I'm not really sure what to do. And it's not the type of game that really lends itself to randomly wandering around hoping that you get where you need to go. You love it? Oh, that's... How many times have you played it, Sir Mike? I know, I'm really liking it so far. Obviously, it's very similar to the first one, but I enjoy it for sure. And also, the one main thing that I'll say about this is I really, really appreciate the updates that they made to the inventory system from the first game. There's not a whole lot of updates, but, oh man, they were definitely needed. Very, very needed. Alright, so let's save here. Alright, they said northwest of town. Wow, 20 times? Jeez. That's impressive. So what is it about this game that you like so much? Is there something particular that you find really appealing and that you really like? Because, I mean, for me, I really like the uniqueness in terms of having all of the recruitable characters and having the Unite attack abilities is really cool, as well as the... oh, shoot. I forgot what I was going to say. There was something else that I have not forgotten. But, I mean, basically, those are the main things. Really just all the recruitable characters. I really like it. So they said northwest of town. This is the northwest of town. The story is a masterpiece here. That it is. I really, really love the story so far. I definitely think it's really cool. Like, so far we've had... I mean, we started off with, like, the false flag operation, framing the so-called bad guys. Wait, so is it in the northwest? Oh, I'm going to the northeast. I'm smart, I swear. I know things. I swear I do. So that's one of the really cool things that I like Sir Mike as well is like this comes from an era, the PS1 era of JRPGs when it was really about pushing boundaries of the hardware and the capabilities. And that was the other thing I was going to mention is that they tried some new stuff with this. They tried like the whole kind of rock paper scissors um, battle attack things. It's I don't think it's the best, but they messed with it. They tried it. Tried something different. Tried something new. I I like that they kind of experimented. I don't think it worked out in this particular case, but it's cool. My face is proof of identity. Yay, Flick! Hey, Rev. So, incidentally, Sir Mike, you you should have seen my face when I started playing this, and I saw Flick and Victor for the first time. I was just like, oh my gosh! I'm legit looking forward to seeing how many other characters from the first game show up. Which, incidentally, is another reason that I think it's cool to have these games and games like it, because there are very few games where you have a direct sequel. Not only that, but one where you have direct, not consistent, but ongoing effects. So in the modern day, we have like Mass Effect is the one that I can think of offhand. I think a couple other BioWares do it as well. But we apparently have a lot of stuff going on now. He's probably the guy in charge. Oh, I thought that said Molotov for a second. I was a little freaked out. Simply, that's the night. Ah. Okay, well, Camus and Molotov are kind of douchebags. So, and I will say I agree in terms of the graphics because electing to stick to the kind of 16-bit 2.5D thing was a great choice. So I'll say from my perspective and in my thing, my favorite game of all time is Super Mario RPG on the SNES. I absolutely adore it. I played the remake on stream. I did all that stuff. And I think they pulled off. I mean that it was 3D slash 2.5D. It was kind of 2 3/4 D. I don't know. Is that a thing? But I absolutely loved it. But it didn't have the sprite animation. For this, having the sprites is obviously important because there's a whole lot of other stuff that they needed to fit in. I really like it. But yeah, looking at especially Final Fantasy VII with, like hands that are just a block and face that is a square. it I mean, it doesn't exactly go to the uncanny valley, so that's kind of nice. Silent Night 8606. I'm guessing that means something, but I don't know what it means. But yes, Stars of Destiny Part 2. Okay, so this is like a big deal here. It's a big deal. Oh, can't be crushed by mere bandits. Mm-hmm. Prince Luca is a jerk. Haha, you ain't paid. Sorry, I'm reading because this is good stuff. Okay. Well, there we go. That kind of answers the question. They're gonna turn back. Dude, they they already attacked. Why wouldn't they just be like, attack, 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 win? Ah, that's enough. We're done. So that's the thing, Rev, is you saw that with a lot of games of that era, especially on the PS1, pushing the hardware as far as it could go. I know another good example of that was Crash Bandicoot. I can't remember if it was the first one or the second one, or it may have just been all three of them. But like they there were so many weird, wacky hardware, software hacks that they had to do in order to make it work on the PS1. It's actually a really fascinating story. I love learning about that type of thing with video gaming history, and like the unique aspects of what was done when, and like innovations that people came up with, stuff like that. So a fun example that I have of that personally is one of my favorite older games. It's a really old PC game called Commander Keen that you all may be familiar with. And that was the first game that had active scrolling that allowed you to go backwards in the scrolling. It's just a cool thing, right? You know, because other than that, it was you go to the right, but you can't go left. And in Commander Keen, it was the first time that you could go in both directions. And it became like a really big deal. So, it was fun. Incidentally, I've got like the remakes or the Steam redos of Commander Keen. So much fun. 2 days. Haha, Flick is handsome. Okay, now I mentioned this before. I'm cheating a little bit. Silent Night, I don't know if you were here for it, but I've got a walkthrough open because this is one of those things where I'm there's so many little things that you can easily miss, especially with all the Stars of Destiny trying to recruit every single character, that I want to do my best to not miss anybody. And we're about to go into a thing where we might miss somebody. So I want to try and make sure that I can do it. We'll see how it goes. Get Gilbert at the fort. So that's the one that's coming up now, Sir Mike, is Gilbert. I don't remember if it was what happened at the mercenary fort, if that's what you're referring to. So here, let me save. Oops. He's the only one that's missable? Okay, that's good. So we're gonna try it. Alright, so now we get to see the kind of unique aspect that Suikoden brought in, which is these so-called war battles, or the larger scale fights. Now, for me, I think it's pretty cool because this one's a little bit... I forgot that I made our attack thing spoof. If you all get the reference, then you're welcome right in here. Okay. Sorry. Let's see here. City, states, army. And then we can... Alright, so, like I said, I've got a thing open that... Okay, we should do this. Here we go. Alright, Flick, go do your thing. Oh, the Fire Spear's classic. Okay, let's see. Okay. So, according to my little walkthrough thing, this did not work. Because apparently, he's supposed to join immediately after. According to my little thing. Oh, we had another shot? Okay, I apologize. Again, I'm just going by what I can see in this little walkthrough. I don't know how accurate it is. Again, never played the game. Have no clue. Now, that's good. So, I'm sorry, Sir Mike, I just saw what you mentioned, that you can get the folks that open up later in the game if you quote-unquote miss them. Because that's something that bugs the crap out of me. It's like you've got one shot to get this one person, and then it's all over. Like the, what's it called? The... shoot. I'm trying to remember. There was... There was a thing that I did previously where this can be an issue. So, I mean, in any number of things, whether it's you have to fight a very specific bad guy at a very specific time and be like, brr, let's do this, brr. Oh! Yes! Oh, boom! Yeah! We got him! Okay, cool. So, let's see here. I will say, I like what they did with this war aspect compared to the other one. Because in this particular case, instead of doing the straight up, what's it called? Hey, it's Molotov! Instead of doing the rock, paper, scissors thing that we had, or strict rock, paper, scissors things, I should say, instead now we have this more unique aspect of being able to have some kind of tactical thing that we can do and track, which is really nice. It reminds me very heavily of, if y'all are familiar with it, Vanguard Bandits. It's one of my favorite games on the PS1. Absolutely love it. Really similar to this in terms of like how it works, what you're doing, but it's like big machines, giant bad guys, that sort of thing. It's really fun. We should probably like heal somebody at some point, right? Okay. Let's see. I feel like that's a bad idea. The nice thing is that they're cavalry, and we're what's it called, the infantry. So infantry has an advantage against cavalry. Incidentally, if you all have not played Vanguard Bandits, I highly recommend it. It's a hugely fun game. I really enjoy it. It's an absolute blast. Ooh, customize the war units? But see, Rev, that's what I'm talking about. Like, the generals were all one-time chances, and it was just a little bit meh. Not the most ideal, not super fun. And it was literally rock, paper, scissors. It was just kind of bleh. Well, we don't have any allies, so I guess we'll wait. Rawr! Just kind of doing the best that I can here. Oh, jeez. We got runned over. Oh, no! I will say I'm not sure what the goal of this is. But I'm guessing we're about to find out. Skooma drinkers? Love it. Love the name. That's all that matters. Wonderful name. And welcome. But is skooma a drink, though? I don't think it's a drink. Oh, bugger. There's nobody to attack. Rawr! Do I actually have to win this? Because if I actually have to win this, that might be problematic. Oh, you're playing it too, Skooma? Nice. I'm gonna call you Skooma. I apologize. That might be insensitive to drug addicts all over Skyrim, but still. Wow, not cool. Get him, Flick! Skooma runs in. He's like... The first taste is free. Of course the first taste is free. Everybody knows that. Okay, I'm trying to figure out who... I've got, like, no one left. I feel like I am not doing well here. I feel like this is very bad. We won? I don't know. So did I actually get Gilbert? I don't know. How do I tell? I get him? Okay. Because he, like, died. In case it's not obvious, I am not the best at the whole, like, tactical, sneaky stuff. I try my best. I love Baldur's Gate. I love D&D. I'm playing through on honor mode, getting my butt handed to me. Like, by God, I'm trying. Now we're playing Suikoden. He did switch sides, so I think we're okay. But, like, we kind of got our butts handed to us by the Highland Army. But to be fair, our mission was accomplished, which was just to delay them. So we did that, which is good. Oh yeah, it's a huge game, Sir Mike. It's absolutely insane. Not to mention, it's one of those games where if you play through once, you saw maybe 2/3 of the content. Maybe. That's, like, very generous. If you were using, like, a walkthrough and did every single possible thing that you could absolutely do. It's freaking insane. I love it. Let's see. Go ahead and see. I did do a stream of BG3, and I will say Rev ended up killing me. So, I will give a shiny sixpence, also known as nothing, to anybody who can guess how Rev killed my BG3 stream. With his namesake, Rev 2.0, as the main character. It's tragic. Absolutely travesty. Let's see. Where is... So there's Flick. Victor. Thunderous snoring? I love it. There she... No, that's not her. So we'll head back here. No, keeps no Uh, yes, we were at a No Kings protest, and my bard tragically fell. Bro! You're not gonna commit your troops? They literally attacked us! Are you freaking serious? I agree, this is pathetic. I vote we kick that guy out of the alliance. He's not helping. Do I have a vote? Fight so we won't lose. Alright, we head back. And one thing that I'm still curious about is if the mercenary fortress that we've seen is going to become my permanent fortress, like we had with, what was it, Dragonspire Castle or whatever it was in the first game? Oh. So what's up with Jowry? So he was talking to a character named Kage, which, you know, my Japanese is from the massive extent of various animes that I have watched. And I have seen it used in different contexts, ranging from shadow to leader. He's just going through puberty. Alright, let's see here. Don't know about the birds and the bees. It's true. I'm an innocent child. I'm a very innocent... Oh. I have a feeling that in this case, it probably means shadow. Because the dude vanished. Bro! Bro. Okay, little bit of background for those who don't know. Palika, whatever her name is, the little girl, basically, the reason that she's involved in this is because Jowry and I, when we got attacked as part of the military, the Unicorn Brigade that we were in, we jumped off a cliff into the water and rode downstream, and her family found Jowry there. And so they bonded. They basically nursed him back to health. And I went somewhere else, and then eventually we got reunited. So that's how that be. See, the mercenary fort burned down. So what are we going to use as our permanent place? And something else I say is I do really love the dialogue in this game. I feel like it's, I guess for lack of a better term, natural and sensible. It's not insanely over the top the way that you see a lot of games like this, where they become fantastical, wacky, insane. I mean, it's like we've got people who are fighting for their homeland, defending against a massive power, and at least as of right now, there's no gods involved that we have to go and kill, like so many JRPGs end up just needing to kill God. You know, you start off killing rats in a sewer, and then at the very end of the game, you're sending meteors at God. Because progression. Now watch, that's exactly what's going to happen here. There is magic in this game. Another thing that I like about this game in particular is the pacing. I enjoy the not exactly the mix, but the balance between having fighting, combat, running around, exploring, beating down the bad guys, the random encounters, all that stuff. And then coupled with this type of thing, where we get a good, solid exposition, for lack of a better term, but moving the story forward. It's what I expect from an RPG. Like, we're not getting buried in side quests and stuff like that. There are some side quests, but everything is mostly pushing forward towards the main thing. Wait, whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa! Hey, what? No. What? The no. No. What the? What the? Where? Who? What? When? Where? Where? No, 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 no. The fudge, bro. Oh, but, but. Oh, crap. And now they entered the city? Oh, dude. Jowry. No. Master Genkaku is the guy who raised me and my sister. Is this our mom? The actual F. Holy crap. What the fudge? Oh, it is so on now. Y'all gonna die. Y'all gonna die hard. And I don't mean frickin' Hans Gruber style. I mean y'all just gonna be dead. Incidentally, one thing I mentioned before about this game that I really, really appreciate is the uniqueness of the weapons that we have. So, for example, the main character, my guy Danny, he uses tonfa, which were used to basically provide leverage and cranking materials and stuff like that. It's a kind of a beam that goes down your arm like this with a handle at the top. And it would often have a little part that juts out so you can bop people with it. And that's what you see him doing. Bop, 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 psha! Like that. And then his sister uses a 3-section staff, which again, you don't see very often. But it's very similar to a bow staff, but instead it's kind of broken into 3 pieces and it's chained together at those parts. Just really cool to see, because it's something unique that you normally don't see in even in like this era of RPGs. It's kind of cool to see unique weapons. Okay, let's see. Dang, bro. But what about Jowry? Like, what the fudge? Oh. So Jowry and myself were like bestie boos growing up. Known each other our entire lives. This is like what the fudge. God damn. Yeah, coronet. Dude, that was intense. What the fudge? This game has no right to be that intense. I assume this is coronet. Couscous. Boats aren't going anywhere. So, if nothing else, right now, I'm just trying to get all of this stuff in my inventory. Later on, when the time comes, I'll be able to have my own kind of private, what's it called? Item stores and all of that other stuff. Or at least, I assume I will be able to. That's what happened in the first game. Not sure if it's actually true. I'm guessing it is. We'll have to wait and see. Okay, so now we have to figure out a way to get out of here. That was freaking insane, though. Now, one thing that I've mentioned about both of these games is it seems that any character that has a portrait of them, like a proper portrait, is recruitable or otherwise very significant to the story. By and large, though, recruitable. I'm wondering if that's still the case, and I still stand by the fact, or my estimate, that the dude who was in the freaking, what's it called? The, like, bombed out village in Podunk Nowhere in the first game was somehow, like, a super crazy, wacky boss. I have no proof of this, but I'm guessing that it's true. That is my assumption. Don't know if it's accurate. But that's my headcanon. And it might be because I played too much Persona. But that's beside the point. If you know, you know. Let's just go to the docks. There's probably something better there. Okay. I'm not trying to mess with a fisherman's boat. I'm trying to find somebody who's willing to take me out on a boat. I think I talked to everybody, but maybe I didn't. I don't think I talked to this guy. I know I talked to this guy. All sorts of junk. Okay, whatever. Okay, let's see. This would be a perfect time for one of our old friends to show up. We had several people who were boaters, we had pirates, we had all sorts of stuff. So I feel like this is a good time for one of them to be here. Ah, here we go. Okay, so that's not happening. That is true. It's call time as well. Let me just try to figure this thing out. Let me see if I can get to our next stage. Is this the blacksmith? Doesn't do me any good. Did I go up here? There's the inn. There's the item shop. I didn't talk to that guy up there, did I? Oh, here we go. This always has me paranoid because I always try talking to everyone. Wait! These three helped me before. These are like circus performers. So these are circus performers that I met in a town, and they joined me for a brief stint. Trying to get a boat to Couscous. We need to go and catch a grain. I'm telling you, we gotta find a guy from our previous timing. Ugh. Alright. So, I think I'm at... I don't know, should I know we're at time for me to stop, but let me see if we can do this really quickly. Part of the other issue with this game is that there's a lot of backtracking. You know, you have to see scene X in order to go and visit scene Y that are in previous locations and all that type of thing. Aha! Okay, this seems promising. Sometimes it's really tough to tell if you can actually go through somewhere. Taiho! I freaking knew it! Dang, he looks good. I like the beard. He looks awesome. Yanku! So, these guys are from the first game. Again, so cool to see. Love it. Unlike Final Fantasy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Did it go to 15? I don't know. Xenosaga did a decent way for it. Oh. Alright, so if I lose, we're just gonna stop. If I win, then we'll not. They made the game look a lot cleaner. A little dice game. Six! Boom! Is Sid not enough for me? Okay. I feel like Sid is more like some kind of immortal being that just kind of resurrects or not resurrects, but reincarnates every single time. Just drives me nuts. I never liked playing as Sid. I never did. I don't think in any Final Fantasy I ever used him as a main character. We should tell people that we're part of the Resistance. That worked in the last game. Alright, let me go save. And then I'm going to hop off. Because it is that time. But I'm glad. We made a lot of progress. We got some really cool stuff going on. Once this dial... I love the little girl just bumping into the big dude. That's hilarious. So now they rejoin us. And thank you for the follow, Sir Mike. Much appreciated. Alright. Well, like I said, now I'm going to save so that we can hop off. Thanks so much, Sir Mike. Like I said, I'm very much enjoying it so far. The first one was great. Took me a long time. As this one, I'm sure will. But that said, I'm going to hop off for today. So thank you so much, everybody, for coming by. I should be back next week. We're going to be playing some more. Should be a fun time. I always enjoy it. And hope to see some of you there. Thanks so much to the new folks as well. It's always nice to have new people. But I'll be here regardless. So take care, stay safe, have a good week. And hopefully we'll see you next Saturday. So bye-bye.